Today. Yeah, I've eaten today. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I've eaten today before. It's delicious. Today sometimes tastes like yesterday, but only fresh. Yesterday tastes like today, but it's sort of a day old. Now, I've never really had a bite of tomorrow, though. By the time I always get to tomorrow, it's just today. Alright, I need to remember what we were working with. Oh yeah, a terribly off-centered. That's right. Right up the center. By the way, good morning, everybody. I think that's good. Oh, I had to go and do it. This is so stupid. They should just have a button. You should be able to just click a button, and it snaps it back to center. Oh, this is the dumbest. Okay, now can I... Nope. Okay. There we go. We didn't. We're making progress. We're getting it around the outside. Okay, now... Holy cannoli. Save. Alright. I say we go after some science. Alright. So, we need to stop that one from going. That one's stopped. Okay. I think that can just collect data all the time. That's on, and that's on, and crew reports are on. Okay. Alright. Close. And we're just gonna launch. Winner, Apollo, get a cookie. What's my favorite? My favorite cookie? Well, that's easy, man. Chocolate chip. The only cookie deserving of the name. Or Thin Mint. I could do some shady shit for a Thin Mint. So let's bump this up to 120 by 120. Let's see if that does us any good. I think we have the Delta V for it, so let's see if this our biggest limiting factor right now is that electricity. I like a good peanut butter chocolate chip. I think that's got to be the best cookie ever. But my grandma used to make these raspberry cookies. Oh man, that was good. Chocolate chip raspberry. My grandma and grandpa, they used to, when I was younger, they used to have a whole sections of their property sectioned off for different gardens. They had the flower bed where they had all the different kinds of flowers, roses and such and whatnot, and then that's where it was decorated with like little statues and stuff that my grandma bought, and crystal balls and all kinds of different stuff. And then they had the vegetable garden, which is they had a big spot sectioned off for vegetables. And then they had the herb garden, which was really just a spot where they had a whole bunch of big buckets for herbs. My grandma always said, you don't plant herbs directly in the ground because then you can't control how much they spread, and then they'll choke out other stuff. And they'll compete with each other, and you'll end up killing all of your stuff. So when you grow herbs, like if you grow mint, thyme, any kind of herbs, the rule is you put them in raised beds. And you want to make sure you know what you're growing too, because sometimes if you put it in a raised bed of, let's say, 3 inches, but then whatever you're growing, you know, the roots can go down 8 inches. Like, I think it's mint, if I remember right. Mint spreads. very aggressively. Jark cherry with, oh dude, that sounds so good, Luke. We're getting science. Now that we're up to altitude, we can... Yeah, see, we don't even have any Mystery Goo science to get here. So having them gathering science, because if I'm understanding this correctly, the Mystery Goo works much the same way as it does in stock KSP, where you have to have a scientist to be able to reset it. So, but it does take time to gather in the biomes. So... Oh no. I was talking and not looking. Drats. I was supposed to end the program before... I was supposed to end the automated launch program before it burned up our return fuel. Let's go on our current orbital inclination. I'm thinking that'll save us a few meters per second because we'll get the boost of gravity boost of Kerbin's rotation. I always forget that when McJeb is activated, I can't kill the throttle. What is our gravity turn start at? 200 meters per second? I guess that's fine. I can't even... Oh, batteries. That was the next unlock we were going after, was batteries. So where are Americans on Gammon? I have no idea what Gammon is. Yeah, I have no idea what gammon is. I thought gammon was a fermented fish sauce. Is that what gammon is? Am I thinking of the right word here? Because I thought gammon, or was that a different word that I'm thinking of? We don't have any solar panels yet. I think we have two more tiers on the tech tree in order to get the basic solar panels. Trust me, dude, I know. We're dying without that power. Alright. We're saving the rest of our fuel. I mean, we don't really... The catch-22 is by cutting our engines, we didn't make an orbit. So we really don't need the fuel. But if we use the fuel, we'll achieve an orbit, and we'll need the fuel to break that orbit, but we won't have the fuel because we use the fuel to achieve the orbit. So, salted pork. Oh! Yeah, I've never heard it called that. No, dude, salted pork. Oh. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, we don't have any science to even get. I don't even think we have EVA science. Let's... No, we don't even have EVA science. Oh man, we might be in a bit of a pickle here. We need science to get science. I know what we need to do. Hold on. I'm only doing that because that flight was ultimately pointless. Alright, we are gonna have to do a dangerous maneuver here. Let's start at full throttle and we'll drop it down as we go. We are gonna try to go to high space. We're just gonna try to do it like almost a straight up. We're gonna try to get up into high space and slice us off a big old piece of that high space cake science. Sweet, sweet space science cakey goodness. You could drop the heat shields on the boosters. Yeah, the heat shields on the booster are literally only because it's our only option. And that's the only reason they exist. Because the only reason I wanted something on there was because I was worried about friction heating with the atmosphere on the directly on the fuel tank. Bigger boosters always. That is always the correct answer. Welcome in. Thanks for dropping into our little live stream. We are trying to dip our toes into high Kerbal orbit to gather some much needed science. Because it sort of feels like we're exhausting all of the sources of science that we have close by. Now, some of the limiting factors that we do have right now. We are working with no external batteries. The only batteries we have are located in the command pod, so that limits our time off the ground significantly. Career science mode for sure. We just came off of a pretty long attempt at playing RP1 that ultimately left me a tiny bit frustrated. But that's alright. It's still a good time. I like the mod. I like that. So we decided to come back to some regular KSP, not stock. We are running mods. I can't, in good conscience, call this stock KSP. We're gonna just cut that throttle a good amount. I mean, we cut it about 80%. That'll stretch our fuel tanks out a little bit longer. Because what we need is to spend as much time above... I can't remember if it's 250, 300, or 350. It's somewhere in that area. But what we can do is we can just watch the crew report. And once we cross into a new sort of biome, I guess, is the way to say that. Because we'll cross from space low to space high, which should get us a bunch of new science to pick apart. Apollo has 400 KSP on PS5, 200 on RP1, and 100 on 100 hours. Yeah, yep, that sounds about right. It is night for you? What? Nuh-uh. This is the stock KSP science mode. Yep. We're just a whole bunch of crazy Kerbals. Now, the other thing we do have to concern ourselves is with radiation. So on we do have the Kerbalism mod pack, which does add in food, water, radiation, temperature, habitat, mental health. Right, we've exhausted all of our fuel. So we'll go ahead and just leave that to burn up on its own. Alright, we're coming up on 250, so let's see if that gives us a new... Yep, right there. Brand new biome, brand new science. So let's put some stuff to work. We're gathering that science. I guess that mystery goo never got turned off, maybe? That's alright. We do have a backup mystery goo that will gather the 9 science points from this biome. I don't know how long we're going to be in this. We're going to be here. We're going to be in this biome for the next 40 minutes at least, because we have about 20 minutes to apoapsis, and we can estimate about 20 minutes on the fall back down. Now, another thing that's going to be pretty questionable here is our angle of entry. Once I thought I turned that. That bothers me. Okay. So yeah, we're back to transmitting the science. We're back to gathering the science. Now, the next piece of science that we should be able to get is an EVA report. So if this mission goes successful, it should give us enough science to get the next node that we need, which will be batteries. Oh, so fancy. EVA, is extravehicular activities. We are doing our EVA right now. I might be wrong, but wouldn't the fallback be quicker from the gain in velocity? No, it's relative. It's the same relative, because what you have to think is when you're going on a parabolic arc, when you're not using any sort of accelerant, an engine or some form of accelerating force, you're going to lose velocity at the same rate on your climb up as that you gain on the fall back down. So on the way back up, you're going to slow down on your way up to your apoapsis. Once you hit apoapsis, your acceleration is theoretically 0 for a split second, and then you begin your acceleration back down, and those two forces are balanced. The force of gravity holding you back on the way up is equal to the force of gravity accelerating you down on your fall back down. All right. I guess all we can do is hope we have enough electricity. No, dude, no, you don't got no reason to apologize. Everybody comes here to learn. Whether you learn something that I know, or you learn something by watching what I do to fail, either way, you should have plenty of opportunities to learn something here. What do we have? We have 10 minutes. So what I want to do, I think, is do prograde before we run out of electricity. So prograde on this vector should put us retrograde on the next vector, I think. I hope, because we're not changing it now. And we've already netted 20 science, so even if we run out of electricity, I'm hoping that the build of the pod... Uh-oh, I can't close it. Oh, it's because I'm time warping. So stupid. Alright. So... let's hope Jebediah can survive a while without that battery. Because we are also going to slam into the atmosphere at a very poor entry angle. And very, very fast. So... yeah, we're going really fast for this entry angle. I don't think this is going to survive. I don't think it's going to survive. I could be wrong. Come on. Oh! Oh my G-forces. Oh my G-forces. Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Jebediah, sir? Are you okay? You just pulled like 20 G's, my guy. Can you cam... You can't... Oh, apology. 5 minutes before you splat. Then you have about 4 minutes. Yeah. Is it 250 meters per second, isn't it? I don't remember. That's what makes me very bad. In a different life, I could have been a scientist, because I love science. I love science. Science is beautiful. It's glorious. My problem is I can't remember the important things that make you a good scientist. Like, I can walk into a room and I can sit down and be like, mitochondria. And someone could be like, okay, what about mitochondria? And I'll be like, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And they'll be like, okay, but what does it do? Well, you see, it powers the cell. So it's like a big old battery. Jebediah may be mincemeat now. Yeah, the landing is getting impressive. Nose first at 20 Gs. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this right. Rabg. Hello, Chet. Welcome in. I'm impressed with that mission. I thought for sure that we were not going to slow down before we hit that surface. I thought we were done. And then, when the parachute actually deployed, I thought Jebediah was about to just liquefy. Man, I wonder what the numbers look like. I would love to talk to someone who does good math stuff. I would love to know what the force would be. How much force would it take to liquefy someone solely based on inertia? Not like an impact with, you know, the wall of your canister, or no. I want to know how much G-force would it take to liquefy an adult human. You gotta have some hope in Jebs. We're gonna go ahead and just say that he's gonna need spinal therapy. He's gonna. I wonder how much of his brain turned to soup. Hello, Lightning! By the way, guys, if you're brand new here, thank you so much for dropping into our humble little live stream. And we did our flip. Anyway, what I was saying is welcome into our humble little live stream. We're playing Kerbal Space Program, where we're going to try to take this science playthrough and put Kerbals on every single celestial surface available to us. Every planet, every moon, every star. Before the playthrough is over, we will put a Kerbal on the sun, which ultimately will be named Operation Tazjax. But that's future tech. That's future tech. This is the here and now. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. All right, here we go. What science do we got? 65 science. I'm happy. Call that a successful, albeit nail-biting mission. All right, let's. Where were we at? We need basic batteries before anything else. For the love of all things holy, I need batteries. What do we have here? Different cockpits we could experiment with. That's funny. Okay, sorry. Alright, so now let's get a game plan for what next. I'm thinking we need this next. It's another 45, which we already have almost half of. So it would give us our Terrier engine. It would give us a new, more powerful liquid engine, which we desperately do need. I don't really see a need for... Wait a minute. I'm so stupid. If nobody saw what I just did, I'm not going to tell anybody what I just did. Let's see. Love Space Flight Simulator. Space Flight Simulator is fun. The next one on the list that was recommended by somebody in the chat during some point in some stream was Juno New Origin. I'm looking forward to testing that out. Anything after liquor human body, anything after 15G, my father had to take you up with a mop. As a firefighter, anything over 100 miles per hour and it's mop time. Jeez. Needed is a strong word. Alright. It is time for the next program. So, the Bolt 4. This is its final form. It did its job well. Unfortunately, we have new technology available to us. So we're going to start out with our command pod. And on the... let's go ahead and just zoom in here for this little fella. Now, we didn't get any new engines, but let me play you the song of my people. Okay, so we need you right there. We need you right there. There's a way to toggle that flag off. But I don't never remember how to do it. Oh, right here. There we go. I knew it was in there somewhere. Alright. Oh yeah, we're gonna play with that booster cam here in just a minute. A mun cam. A nav cam. I love it. I love it. Alright. Oh wait, we need a... First we need a service bay, then the heat shield. For in this service bay, we're also gonna just start doing these. Alright, now we're under structure. I love this piece right here. However, if we go down to science, I guess we don't need the service bay now because we have the science junior, but we do need the service bay for other experiments. We still don't... Oh, we do have batteries. Okay. Alright. Alright, so let's go back into structure. I love this part. For this part right here, I love... Wait. Oh, it's just a standard fuselage. Got it. But it's too big. Unfortunately. We can't use that there because it's going to cause problems. You know what we can do, though, is we can use the inline mystery goo as a place to start mounting stuff. So, for example, we can start doing this. That's 4 batteries. That should give us a substantial boost in time. And you know what? Not only are we doing 4 batteries, but I'm also gonna... I'll sneak a fuel cell in here too. We're not running out of power. Ever. Never, ever, ever, never, ever. Alright. Next. Communication. Well, what do we have? Nothing to write home about, but we can do this. Alright, anything I'm forgetting? I'm not gonna bother putting these on. Actually, I don't think we need a parameter. What is it? Oh, okay. And I don't know if the Geiger counter is useful anymore, but we'll take it with us. Alright. What? Alright. Cool. We got 3 cameras now. Alright. What is an ECLSS? What is that? I don't know what that means. What is this? What does it do? What is an ECLSS? Hold on. I gotta Google this. What is ELCSS? Oh, it's a life support system. Okay. Parachutes. Good morning, Tweaky. I've never played KSP before. Well, if you... Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. If you've never played KSP before, then how do you know Spaceflight Simulator's superior? You came in here and kicked the door down with claims that that Spaceflight Simulator was superior to Kerbal Space Program, which, that's okay. That's okay. We don't prosecute people for having opinions here. I think we should go with the orange. But then you come back and tell me that you ain't even played Kerbal Space Program before. So how can you judge the quality of a game that which you have never played? Man, I want a lighter engine for this stage, but having the alternator on that engine, none of the other engines even have alternators, so I mean, whoops. I mean, if we have to have a big goofy upper stage, I guess that's fine. I'll live with it. It doesn't bother me. Alright. Oh, that bothers me though. Much better. Alright, do I have an orange variant? I miss recoloring. I miss recoloring. It was so much fun. Alright, so this is our orbital stage. So that means this should be our insertion stage. So now if I put another... What the shit nugget? So if I put that there... If you just dropping in, this is Apollo. Anyone in chat, like, subscribe, share. We'll get some nice superior. Absolutely, always. No, I think Space Flight Simulator is really cool. I think it's where I started playing space simulating games, was there. But I do believe that KSP has a better engine and features and stuff. And I don't know if it's just the mobile version of Space Flight Simulator, but last time I tried to play it, after years of not playing it, I was kind of disappointed to see that every single thing in that game is a paywall. I was really disappointed to see that. Alright, now go to coupling. Okay, now okay, so here we go. Now we have to get the staging right. So let's get our launch. Was it structural? Alright, so let's get our launch system set up. Let's... Alright, so those what is our launch thrust to weight ratio? 0. How is it 0? Oh. Oh, it's because this engine's not included. But that does mean I have to rethink this. Maybe we went a little too hard on the fuel tanks here. Oh wait, we can't edit that like that. What if we do this? Let's get rid of some of the weight. That's actually pretty good. Alright, let's put these back. What's happening here? Why are these down here now? So confused. What's happening? Why are these not in stage? There. That's better. Alright. Let's see what we got. 1.21's a little bit low. But maybe we can get a little kooky, a little crazy. That's better. Let's go. No. It'll clip into it. Dang nabbit. What if we... What would be the difference if we did this? So what do the numbers look like now? It's 1.73 in a 400-second burn time. Oh, that's only a 42-second burn time. What? Oh, 42S. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay. Anyway. So, if I use the SRBs, we'll have 5845. But if I use liquid fuel, we'll have 6,000. Alright. I think that's good. I think we'll be okay with this. We're getting more overall Delta V. Alright, now cameras. Oh, never remember where I find them. Oh, right here. Okay. Oh wait, this is way better than those. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to be able to get some really good shots with these. Alright, let's save it. Alright, everything's good. We don't have RCS yet, do we? No, we don't, unfortunately. Just go through one last time, see if there's anything I'm forgetting. There we go. See, that's why we go back through and double check things. Pretty sure we're just good to go. Can't think of anything else we might want. Alright. Save it. Let's launch it, see what we get. Yes, we will save. See? F5. F5. Alright. We're doing 120 by 120 standard orbit, not a polar orbit. I'm going to leave everything the same. Oh, engage. Sorry, McJeb. Alright, let's see what she does. Oh wait, no, the staging is wrong. This comes down here so that the engine fires at the same time. That's better. That's all that needed to happen. Where's that camera? Oh, hold on. I just seen something that's it escaped my mind. I thought by activating the auto struts and then copying the part, it would just do it for all of them. It does not do that. It did on the bottom? Okay, maybe I just forgot to do it then. That's potentially my bad, I guess. Oh my god, no matter where I put my Delta V stats, it always moves the damn thing. Alright. Now let's launch. Now, I'm curious to know, before we do launch, can I switch between them? Whoops. How do I... Now how do I switch cameras? Huh. Alright, we're gonna get to see the staging. Oh, that's cool. I don't know how to... I don't want to push too many buttons. Okay. What? I'm so confused as to what is wrong with my camera here. Oh. I'm so confused. I don't understand this. Disable camera. I don't understand how to just go back to normal camera mode. Can I switch to it? What if I... What if... Nope, that ain't gonna do it. I don't know. That's Promised Worlds. I guess I don't know the button to just go back to normal view. I did broke the game. There's got to be a button that I just don't see or haven't found. Because you can't do anything. Oh, I can steer. Game settings? What about the game settings? Okay, hold on. V doesn't do anything. Or what was the one? Press V, backspace. Backspace doesn't do anything. Delete. What about this button? Nope. Well, I figured out the black and white settings. Hey, there's the mun. I don't know. I've pushed pretty much every damn button. Yeah, I don't know what I did to... If we can't figure out how to control the cameras, kind of pointless in having them. There it goes. I didn't give it enough time to throttle up, I guess. But yeah, I think those cameras are really good. Okay, hold on. I'll push C. Yep, C does the view to the Kerbal. But I can't figure out how to quickly, easily... I can't really figure out how to quickly and easily use those cameras. It's going to be something I have to play with and see if I can't find like a Reddit thread or something. But let's see how she flies. Oh man, you can't throw safety out the window. That's when Kerbals die. It looks like everything is going nominal. You know, the funny thing is I have part failures enabled, and they're set to their default settings, and we haven't had a part failure yet that I know of. Well, maybe one. I think maybe we've had one. Nowhere near as many as RP1. It would be cool to see the waterfall mod get updated, and hoping they add the jellyfish effect. I don't know what the jellyfish effect is. I have to look that up to see what it looks like. I mean, she flies pretty alright. And it looks like we're gonna have enough fuel to deorbit, I think. Yes. Alright. I wonder if I have to set the cameras to action groups. If I set them to action groups and activate and deactivate to an action group, I'm wondering if that would make it to where I could seamlessly do that without needing to click on it. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, there it is. Oh, I didn't know that's what that was called. That is cool, though. Oh, by the way, hi, Cam. Yeah, we had a spammer in the chat the other day. But we caught him. Well, probably should stick to my own Discord on live. Wedged is a good guy. If you guys type in Wedged Mouse into your YouTube search bar, Wedged is a good guy. He's one of my space engineer buddies. He plays modded space engineers, which I played one series with him because he was running a mod pack that was compatible with the console players of space engineers, which at the time I was a console player. Now that I have a PC, I've just been I mean, honestly, I've just been spending more time in Kerbal Space Program than pretty much anything else. Abiotic Factor has been pretty heavily featured in my game time. Let's see. How cool is that? We can definitely use those for cinematics. And I do intend to do so. No electricity. Hold on. Does this have to be turned on? Not seeing any electricity generating. I thought the fuel cell generates electricity. Am I wrong? H2O2 fuel cell. Maybe I'm mistaken what a fuel cell is. I thought a fuel cell generates electricity. Oh no, the controls in that game, the controls themselves are wonky. It didn't. Yeah, it is. Well, I guess I don't know what a fuel cell is. Well, yeah, something weird's going on. Huh. What if I do this? Huh. Well, that's certainly odd. Well, if I stop that. Okay, it is charging now. That was weird. Well, because I know for a fact when the engine's running, we have electricity. We're generating electricity, but it wasn't going anywhere. And now it is. So, yay. All's well that ends well. Alright, let's get some time warp going on here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on maybe doing some kind of cinematic thing to practice, or maybe I'll just jump right into doing some cinematic videos. What I'm thinking and envisioning is using the cameras to do recordings. Yeah, I have a couple of ideas that I think would be really fun using those cameras on KSP. It's gonna be cool to make. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Tell me that's not awesome. Now the real question's going to be, can 3 parachutes handle all the weight on the recovery vehicle? It's charging because the engine is running. Yeah, Tweaky, but that's what I'm saying is it wasn't charging the first time I did that burn. That's why I was paying attention to the batteries, because I was burning the fuel to run the engine, but none of the batteries were accumulating any charge. But I think what was happening is the Science Junior was using more electricity than we could generate. We got primary chute deployment. You can see here that the camera was damaged during the mission. There's a big crack in the screen. Now we know that's where Apollo clipped the camera into the vessel. We know that. But for the sake of canon, it is going to be a cracked screen. But I'm calling that a successful mission. I think we have like what was the last count? 12.6 science stored, I think is what that is. We'll find out. Oh, we don't have any electricity. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, I read that. I thought that said 0.6. Oh well. Jebediah. How do you stand up? Is it Y? Jebediah, we told you not to get out of your seat while the craft was falling. Well, I'm sorry you put the snacks directly behind my chair. I couldn't get to them. Oh, that's cool. Tell me that's not cool. That's cool. I'm geeked out over that. I think I have some really cool ideas for that. All right. Man, we had a lot of crap on the launch pad. He was twitching because... I think what we need to do, just to, all right. I think I really, 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 really need a more powerful engine is what I really think, if you wanted my honest opinion in the matter. What's this engine about? So 160. Still the most powerful engine we have. The whoops. The Kerbal Curse, trying to squeeze the Delta V's. You know, we could, because we're getting rid of these tanks. Alright. Okay. Can I... Why are you... Why? I think that pretty much fixes it. The curbs can squeeze my DV. Totally legit quote. No, that is a legit quote. I stand by my statement. Where is Bridgie? Where is that kid gone off to? Alright, so 6114. I saw the chat move. Alright. That's 1.42. 60. I don't know what to call this one. I don't know whose turn it is to name it. But, Hood, Tweaky, Luke. I honestly don't think we need to anymore. I do kind of miss the modular launch pads. Those were pretty cool. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to see, what is this? Okay, so yeah. But what does it generate? Okay, sorry, I was reading in on it. Marlboro cigarettes? No, we can't do that. You know how fast I'll get banned on the YouTube? You know what, for now, we will call it the Sky Hog. The Sky Hog. That's going to be the working name for now. Let's see if Skyhog can belly flop from high Kerbal orbit. Well, oh, and by the way, the song that Jebediah Kerman is going to be listening to during the course of this launch is I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. Oh, I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you. Let's push these numbers up. 250 by 250. Check. Roger. Got it. Oh wait, I don't want to erase the whole thing. Just that one. 0.9. Or wait, you know what? Let's go down to 0.4, but start it at 150. Maybe that'll make for a more comfortable ride. Let's just disengage. Let's just reset the autopilot. Alright, autopilot's back in control. And wait. We never put these on action groups. Crap. I need to put that down and remember to do that. There we go. Hold on. Then if I do this, and then if I do that didn't go as planned. What? Oh, see, the Delta V's didn't match. Okay. Nope. One Delta V said we had plenty of boost. The other Delta V said we didn't. Guess which one was right? Engines fire, these decouple, then that decouples, then that engine fires, then that decouples, then that engine fires. Okay, I think we're good. Now what's this say? 1.11. 1.42. Why is there such a huge difference in there? I wonder. You know what? Screw you, McJeb. We'll do it ourselves. Alright. I'm trying to see if it can fly without all 5 engines. If it needs all 5 engines, that's fine. But I'd like to know if it'll fly with only 4. But I don't think it will, because on 4 engines, it's only a 0.89. Alright, so we should abandon that idea. Where's... Oh. Right in front of my face. Or wait. I think we were better off by leaving these separate, if I'm remembering that last launch. Alright. Man, I'm wondering why there's such a massive difference between these two calculations here. Let's keep an eye on the numbers and see what it does. Get the fuel drain things. Alright, now, what happens if I shut down this engine? Am I still burning fuel out of this? I was pillaging some fuel. Don't judge me. There we go. There we go. Alright, chat. To be fair, I'd add fins to the front behind the module. Yeah. No, you don't want to add fins to the top of your rocket. You want all of your drag at the bottom of the rocket. No, you don't want to do that though, because you have to keep in mind that if you put fins up here, it's creating drag up here, which affects how the rocket flies under, the underneath it. If you put drag at the top of the rocket, it's going to want to flip over every time. Oh yeah, I forgot I got my juice. I got kiwi juice. You know, there are some minor perks to having kids. Having their snacks and drinks. You know, I don't have to sit there and tell my wife, like, hey, babe, let's get a case of Capri Suns. I don't even have to ask. You got 3 kids looking at us going, can I have Capri Suns? Can I have Capri Suns? Oh, my goodness, can I have Sunny Delight? Can I have Hawaiian Punch? And I'm like, babe, it's not me asking. It's the kids asking. I mean, we could probably get them like a gallon of juice or something, and then the kids drink like half of it, and then they go off to their other parents, or they go off for the weekend on their trips, and there's half a gallon of juice just sitting there staring at me in the fridge. And what do you think I'm supposed to do? You think I'm supposed to just ignore it? No, it's calling out to me like a sweet siren song of, drink me, Apollo, drink me so hard. Oh, hold on. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, guys. I know I do this abruptly a lot. Alright, now, for the very first time, of course. I'm gonna miss smart SAS. I also miss working McJeb. But for what we're doing right now, McJeb's not super useful. Yeah, we're still at a comfortable launch. Because what we're doing here is we're not going to go after an orbit. We're going after a super high altitude, which is going to do another really sketchy return, but we need that high altitude science. We're not going to get anywhere without it. Yeah, we're going to go for another super high reach. And I think what we're going to try to do is maybe use some of this stage right here fuel to maybe slow ourselves down on re-entry to make it a little bit safer. I also really wish I would switch these two stages. Alright. I did put shielding on, right? I did. I jacked that shielding all the way up. Put triple fins behind each. Yeah, that's the problem though, is if the each section of fins would be super helpful during their own operations, but when you put them together, any fins that you put up on anywhere up here is gonna really mess with the rocket on its first, the first like 10 kilometers. So if you were to put fins on the bottom and the top, instead of having a drag, because what a fin ultimately is it's just drag. That's all it is it creates drag so that the bottom of the rocket wants to stay below the top of the rocket. So the force of the engine is accelerating you forward. Now, the force of the drag is pulling the bottom of the rocket backwards. There's no drag on the top pulling it backwards. If you were to put drag on the top like an equal, it was greater or equal to, then it would push the rocket. It would want to push the rocket, the drag would want to mess with the center of thrust and balance. It's bad. You don't want to do that if you can avoid it. Now, we do have 1,627 meters per second of delta V. I don't think I have a rendezvous planner anymore. We don't have our landing. Oh no. Maybe we do have landing guidance. Oh man, we don't. Okay, that's fine. Just means we're back to the old fashioned. Oh, we're not even in an orbit. Okay, never mind. Scratch that idea then. I thought we were in an orbit. My silly self. That's correct. We don't have an orbit. What we do have is a suborbit flight to gather more science. Is there any science here to be gathered? There is. What time is it? 11:30. 9, 10, 11. 2 hours. So yeah, we got a little bit of time left. Not much. All right. Trying to squeeze out some more electric charge. Some science, getting some science, trying to squeeze out this electric charge. Trying to squeeze out some more science by increasing our electric charge. Well, no, we're gonna see how this goes. I can't wait till we have air brakes. You know what? I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go through the song and dance of waiting forever to land and then just launching another one to do the same thing. We'll just revert. Here, 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 here. I don't think you would call that graceful, but, you know, whatever. I always forget about that. I always forget that if it's locked, it's going to fight you. I always forget to check. You spin me right round, Jeb, right round. Just add more batteries. More batteries means more weight. I told you, you spin me right round, Jebediah, right round. I can never remember when, where crew reports and stuff. Jebediah's gotta be cooked at some point. Just trying to be nice and easy with the fuel we got left. No harm, no foul. Actually, you know what? We need to fix a few things because it's broken. So, first things first. This stage should not be as large and dramatic as it is. This stage, should be much more larger and dramatic. This stage should be small. Alright, fix that now. So, what I'm thinking, what is the fuel flow priority? So these are already at a lower priority. What if we do this? We do this. Oh, come on now. We do that. That shortens that by a little bit. And then we take this. Maybe that's a better configuration. Because I think what we need to do is make this core stage a little bit bigger than these. Because right now we're using up our boosters, but the core stage is exhausted before the boosters. So without the ability to continuously pump fuel over here, let's see what that does real quick. And then the other thing we're gonna do, well, there's not really much we can shove in there. Dang it, I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. What's that heat shield look like? To do. How to do. Right? Let's go get some mofo science. Fins behind the white section. Dude, I'm telling you, fins behind the white section will hurt us at launch. It will help us later, but at launch it only hurts. Like, I'm not even really happy about having this up here, the batteries on the outside, but truth be told, couldn't come up with a better idea. Oh. Let me guess, this number's wrong. These numbers are so damn wrong. Oh, I miss when Kerbal actually played. Let's take... Should be good now. Should be being the key phrase here. Alright. Take 147. Is this engine not on? Hey, we finally had an engine failure. My goodness. And we're going to revert around it. I'm actually surprised. That hasn't happened very often. Part failures are enabled. But so are reverts. Yeah, see, this is not launching like a 1.3. This is launching like a 1.7. Yeah, we do, but we don't have any fuel tanks big enough for a triple engine plate. See, now they agree. That's so weird to me. What about a dart booster pack on the first section? You only need 5 seconds. A dart. Well, I mean, that's essentially, basically what the side boosters already are. The thing what we really need is a more powerful core stage, because, I mean, the swivel is the strongest thing that we have right now, which is kind of what's hurting us. But at the same standpoint, if we spent all of our current science on engines, yeah, we'd be able to go farther and easier and faster and better, but then we would be right back to sitting here watching the electric charge go all the way to 0 before we get anywhere. So, I mean, sometimes in games you hit a wall where it's like, I need all of these things, but which one is going to be the one that makes the short term better? Because, I mean, no matter what you unlock, you're always going to need better things. Like, okay, right now we're struggling for batteries. We're going to get the next set of batteries, and we're going to be like, yay, batteries. And then we're going to be like, oh no, we need better batteries. And then we're going to go to the next set of batteries. And then we're going to be like, hey, these batteries are so great, until they're not. Well, I mean, we have more electricity than we did before. Alright, I think we're doing a lot better now. We have some landing electricity, or some re-entry electricity, I should say. God damn it. Alright, I think I'm done for the day. I think I just need to be done. What's our stream time? What time is it? 9, 10, 11, 12. We didn't do too bad. Alright, guys, we're going to leave it there for now. So, F5. We're going to save it. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this adventure here in Kerbal Space Program. Believe it or not, we did actually make some progress today. No, see, the thing is I think this is what we need, really. But fuel systems. Fuel systems is a big one. But fuel systems doesn't do us a whole ton of good, except asparagus staging. But the reason I say that is because we'd really want to have these engines. Because with this engine and this engine, the Terrier, and I don't know the Robin. I think that's part of a mod, because that does not sound familiar. Skipper sounds familiar. Poodle is familiar. Bobcat, we're familiar with the Bobcat. Huh, that's cool. I can't wait to see what that's about. The mainsail. The skiff, yeah, we know these engines. But, alright. Thank you guys for so much for dropping in. I'll see you.